Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man DB. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material is coming out. IG Elephant Man _ podcast, Facebook / Elephant Man, and on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Shalom, shalom, blessings to everyone. Hit that like up button. And man, we're gonna talk about a few things today. Shout out to Teo Ministry. Shout out to Sister Shonda at Large. Shout out to Dante Fortson. Shout out to Elder Rob, Elder Lou, Elder Adams, Elder Blakely. Shout out to all them brothers. Shalom and shalom. Blessings to everybody. I want to get into this, man. I think it's very, very interesting. I was just chewing the fat today. And I usually wait. Before I start chiming in on stuff. But then that last shooter drop, which was Adidas today, was very, very interesting. So I just want to talk about cancel culture. How does it affect people? Okay. Will it affect people? Will it affect, specifically Ye? Like, subscribe, share, and make sure you share this with other people. Blessings to everyone. Blessings. 78 Vet, Shalom, blessings to you. Yeah, I think you was in there with Sister Shonda's. It was very powerful, very, very powerful. You love Yah, Salama family, blessings to you. Charles West, always in the building. Salama, shalom, blessings to you, family. So I want to be able to get right into it. I want to show a few little videos, man. But I think it's Kimberly J in the building. Shalom. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Like I said, I usually wait. I know a lot of people got different dispositions where they at when it comes to the whole Ye thing. Some people love him, some people hate him. One thing that's very interesting, though, when he drive down your street and he say something you like, you a pro Ye. Like, right now, the Anglo side with, the White Lives Matter t-shirt, they loving it, right? He's not crazy. He's great. You know what I'm saying? And then, the Christian community came out, the gospel album. He having the different Sunday services. Oh, he just great. He's great. He's not crazy. And then some people are going to love him no matter what he do because, he's Ye. And so right now, it's a lot going on. But it's weird stuff that be going on. That's not why I'm here. Just like what Sister Shonda said, I'm not here to say, well, point this out or point that out, but just the freedom and the liberty to be able to talk about and say a few things is very interesting. And I don't want to jump the gun, but that cancel culture. What is that cancel culture? We're going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to show a few little videos. One of them is kind of old. Not old, but it's a couple of days ago with Cuomo. And it's to the point of what was being said. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Charles, what needs to be canceled are these shoes and athletic companies exploiting our people. Man, you're so right on that. I think the main thing, like I said, that's very, very interesting. William Smithers, shalom, fam, shalom, blessings to you. I think the main thing is the power to be able to stand up. Again, shout out to Elder Jacoba too. He had put, is Ye the new face of the awakening? No, I don't think so. But y'all use different things and different people to do different things, right? When we was in Babylonian captivity, he used Persia, right? Persia wasn't on y'all's team, right? But he used Persia. And then he used Greece after that. Then he used Rome after that, right? And so I'm just saying it's just weird. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not putting Ye on the salvific end or on the crazy end. You know what I mean? But it's wild because a lot of people want to say and do things, but they can't per se. Here's my take on it. I might as well jump the gun. They can't because of the simple fact they're going to get canceled. Somebody cutting their checks, somebody giving their endorsements, somebody this, that, and the other. But then he got to billionaire. Oh, yeah. Brian Dial, shalom to you, brother. on Teo Ministries. Love your part. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Dale J, you already know. Dale J, my dude. Dale J, my dude. And you know why. And I thank you, man. You know, I'll be battling, going through, and then Dale J, I look down, I'm like, man, Dale J is a blessing, man. So thank you, brother Dale J. But usually people can't say and do that because they already know what's going to happen. But this man, he just said, and it's like, how you going to catch me? I'm a billionaire, right? And I'm not, again, just hear me out. I'm not like pro-Ye. I'm not anti-Ye. I'm just like, to be able to be in a position to do that, right? They got to team up and do all kind of crazy stuff, man. And I get why folks say that. They say, hey, you know what? He can hurt the community. He can hurt the ish community, right? So and stir up the hate groups and different things like that. So I get why people say it, you know. But I'm saying the power to do something about it in 4.4 seconds is amazing, right? Even with the Asian hate bill and all these different things, no man, woman, or child should get treated bad on this planet. But to be able to just cancel you in 5.5 seconds, you know, that's truth to power. So I want to show this first video real quick. And then I only got like 4 videos. He's supposed to have lost the majority of his money. They say he's only worth $400 million. Oh, wait a minute. I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, he's supposed to have lost majority of money. Okay. But even what our sister Shonda said, do you think he's going to just take the plunge? I mean, or he going to just stand, you know? And then it's kind of crazy, man. I want him to be in the right frame of mind at the end of the day with the Most High, because you know you messing with folk, and people bread, you know what I mean. So you know, Lord forbid he come up missing or something crazy, man. But he's just crazy like that, or he could be controlled opposition, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a battle, right? It's going to be have these voting and all of this stuff, and so it's a battle, man. So no one can really pinpoint it, but let the truth be told. Let enough time happen, and it's going to come out. It's definitely going to come out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video real quick, the little short video. Everybody know it's all over the news, but I want to play this little short video real quick, and then we're going to chop it up. Come on, videos. Yeah, I want to do. Okay, let's play that one.
Los Angeles drivers were greeted with this anti-Semitic banner over the weekend, following a recent string of hateful comments from rapper Kanye West, who is now known as Ye. Today, his talent agency CAA confirmed it is no longer representing West. Several other companies recently cut ties as well, while pressure is mounting on Adidas, home to the rapper's Yeezy brand, to do the same.
The thing about it being Adidas is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic and they can't drop me.
The company says their partnership is under review, but has not responded to requests for further comment. Just this afternoon, his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, tweeting, "Hate speech is never okay or excusable. I stand together with the Jewish community and call on the terrible violence and hateful."
Now I had to. I don't know if I'm getting the echo. Let me know if you're getting the echo, because I didn't pause it. But she had to come right out. And man, what's going on? She had to come right out and say, "Yo, I didn't get in the call or whatever." She had to come right out and say, "I ain't with it. I ain't with it at all." But let me finish watching this real quick. So that's very, very interesting. She all sound good, bro. No, I'm saying when I play the video, sometimes you get an echo. Okay, so I don't want to get the echo. So okay, let me play it.
Full rhetoric towards them to come to an immediate end. West is one of the most successful pop artists of all time.
Yeah.
But most recently, it has been his controversial behavior. You're getting attention, wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt, followed by anti-Semitic posts and interviews, spreading conspiracy.
Wow. I'm sorry, y'all. This has been controversial behavior.
Conspiracy theories about Jewish control over the media and government.
Hold on, let me pause that. I thought it was emergency.
Hateful rhetoric now being echoed by a celebrity.
Hold on. There's a lot going on. Sorry, guys. Sorry, man. Oh my God. I thought it was an emergency. Sorry. So I'm gonna continue to play it, man. And I thought I was muted. So let's finish playing
it. With tens of millions of followers. Both Twitter and Instagram have restricted his accounts and deleted posts. But the Anti-Defamation League believes West's comments may be emboldening hate groups. Anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. reached an all-time high last year. What happens to a hate group's message when Kanye West is out there bolstering it?
Kanye West has given license to extremists across the board to evangelize their anti-Semitism. He's created a kind of window of opportunity, and they're flooding in.
The billionaire rapper's comments are protected by the Constitution. But as Kanye West doubles down on hate, it's his business and his brand taking the hit. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
I think a lot of times.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow.
Okay, I deleted that one. Okay, sorry guys. I think a lot of times, man, they say spreading evangelism of hate. Now he already got on there and apologized, this, that, and other. And even Pastor Kelly said he didn't apologize. He apologized for saying the words DEFCON 3. But this other video I'm gonna show he's explaining exactly what he meant by it as well. But it's crazy. I'm gonna do a whole other different video on what I believe is going on, even with the learned elders of Zion and stuff like that. But I don't want to do that in this video because I want to be able to get to this. You know what I mean? But ADL is really supposed to not just be for the Ish people. It's supposed to be for everybody who discriminated against, but it's pretty much majority for them. You know what I mean? And it's just real crazy, man. And so I'm gonna play this next video too. And then we're gonna get to some chats. So I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to get all my stuff together, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging on. But now I think the main thing was, okay, everybody's waiting to hear from Adidas. And of course we know what Adidas said today. Here we go.
He severed ties with Kanye West, who of course legally changed his name to Ye. The German sportswear company is the latest brand to distance itself from him after a series of offensive anti-Semitic comments in recent days. Let's get a closer look at where things stand this morning. CNN chief business correspondent Christine Romans and CNN senior media reporter Oliver Darcy are here. So Christine, one of the things that was interesting is we have heard calls for days.
Yeah.
It was, I believe, last Thursday that the ADL came out and said, hey, Adidas, where are you in the wake of these comments? Because after he wore that White Lives Matter t-shirt, it was only a couple of days before they said, we're reviewing the partnership.
Yeah.
Is there any idea why it took so long for Adidas to say anything?
Well, and for a while there, it was Boycott Adidas was also trending as people were really discussing this. Look, this is a long-term partnership between the two, going back all the way to 2013. And Kanye West, I mean, he is a billionaire, according to Forbes, in part because of the tennis shoes that he sells that are with Adidas, this partnership. This is what Adidas is saying about terminating the partnership immediately now. Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. His recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. The company goes on in this press release to say this will hurt the company financially. They know they're going to take a hit. That hit is going to be about $246 million in the company's net income in 2022 because they do have such a deep partnership with him. No word if they're going to pull the products. I think that's interesting as well. And you know that he's had a sort of a divorce, a messy breakup from Gap as well over, they say, you know, differences in management opinions. Unclear if they're going to be pulling any of that merchandise either.
I mean, I found some online this morning.
All right.
So it's still for sale, whether that changes and how that all shakes out. We'll see. Oliver, as I understand it, you actually just heard from the ADL.
Yeah, the ADL is praising Adidas for taking this step. But I think if we look backwards here, this really did test businesses and show how much hate they were really willing to tolerate before cutting ties with West. It wasn't like he is making these comments in private and a news organization reported it out. He was going on these anti-Semitic rants in broad daylight. And it still took a couple weeks for these companies to cut ties and end their relationships with Kanye West. And I think the second question here is, where does Kanye West go from now, or go now? You know, it's hard to imagine other businesses are going to want to partner with him. And so the question is, where does he go? And the only business that's welcoming him with open arms right now is Parler, and that's this social media platform, which is a hotbed for right-wing extremism. And so it's really a tremendous fall from Kanye West, someone who's a cultural sensation. People grew up listening to his music, and now he's got, just tens of thousands of followers on this really radical website, which he says he wants to buy.
We see some familiar logos there on the screen, Spotify and Apple, Christine. So we know, among other companies and organizations that have cut ties with them, CAA, his agents, Talent Management Agency, Balenciaga also ended its partnership with him. But there are calls online, right, from everyday people and others saying, hey, Apple, Spotify, others, you need to look at your relationships. Do we have a sense of what those relationships, are there really existing partnerships, or is it just that the music is available there? We think you should pull it off.
He is an artist, he's a rapper, he's a designer. So he is a billionaire, right? And so he's got this long track record of products and music that is out there. The question is, I wonder, is this, is there these calls to cancel him? And that was such a word is so loaded. There are also those who are saying, look, something is happening with Kanye West right now, and they don't know exactly what it is. What he is saying is it's
full of hate. There's no way around it.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And I don't even want to repeat it all, but they are, I don't know how he can go forward and forge any new partnerships. He is so erratic here and so hateful. What is the upside for any brand to tie with him other than, as Oliver points out, a right-wing platform for hate speech?
The other thing too, and Oliver, just quickly on this, the statement from Adidas touches on this. Consumers have certain expectations, and I would say even younger consumers today are really holding brands to account when it comes to living up to what they say are their corporate values, right? And their efforts at diversity, equity, and inclusion. Mm-hmm. The fact that there was silence for so many days, has that already hurt Adidas, Oliver?
Yeah, I think there has been some brand damage because they just stood still as he was making these comments. Again, it wasn't like these were secret comments. They were happening in broad daylight. He was asked to apologize for them. Instead of doing so, he was unrelenting and he doubled down, tripled down on these remarks. And so, yeah, I think Adidas standing still for so long didn't do them any favors.
Oliver Darcy, Christine Romans, appreciate it. Thank you both.
Today, I would like to show you 70 ingenious projects I built around my house.
Man, that is wow. And they $246 million hit that this company is going to take. That man bringing a lot of money with the funny looking shoes to Adidas. And now they it's going to give brand damage because they took so long to respond. The nerve of these people, man. But I'm saying, how many people get treated wrong or want to say something, but really can't say anything because they're going to get canceled and they're going to just get took down to nothing, right? So now I'm hearing a new thing that say, well, he's no longer a billionaire. That's what a billionaire. Well, after he took these hits from CAA, Vogue, Balenciaga, Adidas, all these different things, that he's no longer a billionaire. But if he stands his ground, the Most High just let him stand his ground. I'm not, like I said, again, listen. I'm not saying I'm with him or against him. I'm just watching this stage that was set up. That's very, very interesting. So I know a lot of celebrities know and believe him and back him and say, man, Kanye, I always wanted to say that. And that's interesting you said that about Cap. Because Cap had bread. Because Cap had bread too, right? Cap had bread. Kaepernick, maybe he took the knee, right? He didn't shoot nobody. He didn't call nobody no name. He had a platform. He seen the injustice that was happening to his people. And he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a knee. You know what I'm saying? And everybody went crazy. Cancel Cap. He shouldn't play in the NFL, burn his jersey. And it was just a fiasco because he took a knee. He disrespecting the flag. He disrespecting the country. He disrespecting the troops. It went crazy. I know how it was a couple of years ago, and he got pretty much canceled. Now, he didn't have the money that Ye had, right? But he still stuck with it. You know what I mean? Now, they did come back and say, look, we're going to give you some bread. We're going to give you some bread. You can't tell how much you got, but we're going to give you some bread, and we're going to part our ways. Then they try to be like, okay, you still healthy? Come on, we finna have you to come to this this workout. It was on a weird day, Saturday. It was last minute, and this, you know, and he was just like, man, you know what? He came with a Kunta shirt, so his love and hate relationship with NFL was crazy. But I'm saying they still canceled him. The boy had a lot of talent, right? Not to call him a boy, but Kaepernick had a lot of talent, still got canceled, right? But I'm saying right now, how will this affect Ye? How would this affect Ye? Would he do the what Cannon did? And Cannon didn't. I don't think Cannon said nothing wrong, you know. And I want to say, if he would have said the DEFCON statement, will they have went this extreme and said, "Look, we want everything"? You know what I'm saying? Will they have went that extreme if he would have not have made that statement, right? So that's very, very interesting. So let's go. The Power One, like I said, they dominated back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. But this is the reason, in my opinion, we gotta have autonomy. We got to own something. We have to bring something to the table. The more dependent we are, the more on the nations around us, the more they can have their way in our lives. We got to bring something to the table, y'all. I'm sorry. We got to bring something to the table. We have to bring something to the table, right? So if somebody say, well, you know what, I'm done with you, right? You can still be able to function, right? You'll still be able to pay your bills. You'll still be able to live. You'll still be able to this, that, and other. But fear of losing endorsement, fear of losing contracts, fear of cancel culture, people are like, no, I'm not going to talk, you know. And when I showed this Cuomo one, you know, it was amazing when this Cuomo one. And it's long. It's about like 18 to 20 minutes. But I'm going to play a majority of it because he's saying some stuff in there that's very interesting to me, man. I couldn't believe it, man. Let's get a little bit. Let's get those thumbs up, family. Blessings. Let's get those thumbs up. Thanks, Calvin. Okay. What's wrong with you people standing up for yourselves? But that's been our reality for so long. 1865, get out of slavery. Plus, got 40 acres of mule and $100. They did the calculations. Okay, they're the workforce. There's, you know, if they get 40 acres of mule and $100, it would be their country after a while and not our country because they already know how to work the ground. They've been working for us for free. So they're like, nah, I think something happened in Florida or something. I don't want to mess it up. But there's like, nope, we're not going to give you nothing. But you can do this. We can share. We'll keep the farm. You come work for us. We'll give you bread, right? Sharecroppers, different things like that. And then when they'd even pay them the right money, the right money after that. But that's crazy. So that's been our disposition as the consumer. We got to be consumer and producer, is what I'm saying. We cannot just be the consumer. The next iPhone come out. Oh, we don't own none of the grocery stores. Oh, we don't own none of the clothing stores. We don't own none of that stuff. That was one of the things that was a takeaway from the segregation. And I'm not saying being separate. I ain't saying that. You know, it's a new day and time. But when they say stay on your side of the tracks, I don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker. Once you go to school, you stay back on that side. And even Harlem, when they had the Harlem Renaissance or the Greenwood or these different places like that, they said there was a lot of different areas like that. Because all of your talented tent, everybody had to go back to that community. So you got your doctor there, your lawyer there, your dentist there. They were still going to school, right? But they got to stay on that side of the tracks. And so that dollar circulated in that community, and it built that community up, right? So it's very interesting how today it's divided, and we got these gatekeepers, and we selling our soul to the highest bidder. And I don't want to get into that because that's not what the show is about. But I'm just saying we got to bring something to the table, y'all. Right? What's in your hand? Like he told Moshe, what's in your hand? Right? Ask the Most High. You know, the gifts and talents are without repentance. You got a gift. You got a talent. It's something that you can bring to the table, right? It's something that you bring to the table that we need on the forefront. whether it's doing hair, whether it's nails, whatever it is, whether it's growing vegetables, right? Whether it's auto mechanic, you need to bring it to the table. Bring it to the forefront. Small business, doctors, lawyers, we need to do that. We need to, we you know what I'm saying? And some of y'all, some authors. Some people within this chat is an author. You're supposed to be and wrote the book. Get started. You know you're supposed to be and write the book. Write that book. Get it started. Okay? Take baby steps. Get started. Some things you're supposed to do, start that small business. Get started, because you got to do that, right? We still, you know, so I'm gonna show this other video. This one is interesting. Well, I'm gonna show the small video. It's only 2 minutes. Then the Cuomo one. You have to stick around for this because it's on a whole nother level. But this is what I want to read what cancel culture is first. Okay, cancel culture or call out culture is a phrase contemporary to the late 2000s, used to refer to a form of ostracism in which someone is thrusted out of society or professional circles, whether it be online or social media. In person, subject to this ostracism, and have said to have been canceled, quote unquote canceled. The expression cancel culture has a negative connotation and is used in debates on free speech and censorship. It is often to take the form of boycotting or shunning an individual, often a celebrity, who is deemed to have acted or spoken in an unacceptable manner. Disenfranchised, deprive someone of the right of a privilege. It's one of the words. And that word of ostracism, exclude from society or a group. You was a part of this group, you are now ostracized because of your behavior. You are no longer a part of this group. You are canceled, right? And exclusion from general consent, from common privilege or social acceptance. So that's the definitions I had got with cancel culture. So I want to be able to show this, and the FBI is calling it domestic terrorism. That word is coming back up. I haven't heard that since 2019, 2020. There you go.
Former FBI agent Brad Garrett for more on this. Brad, according to the ADL, at least 330 cases of anti-Jewish vandalism, harassment, and assault have been reported in 2022 so far. How much can anti-Semitic comments from a high-profile celebrity like this impact those kinds of acts?
I think it can have a tremendous impact. For example, 31 million plus people follow Kanye West on social media. So the words that he says to talk show hosts, to other people in print, organizations, white supremacist groups, anti-Semitic groups, use those words to promote their cause. So I do think it really can potentially have a big effect.
Now, in addition to Adidas, Ye was also dropped by Balenciaga and Vogue. Does that just help the brands distance themselves, or can that help stave off some of that inflammatory impact that you just described?
Well, I don't know that any of that is going to deter groups using Kanye's words to promote their cause. Does it help those particular companies? Maybe. I mean, obviously, if you're a mainstream company, you don't want to be associated with that sort of language for obvious reasons. But does that have an impact or a dent on what extremist groups may use that information that he sadly says? I think the answer is no.
What can law enforcement do to help protect against anti-Semitic attacks?
So the FBI and the Department of Justice have really put domestic terrorism, which this falls into when you talk about these hateful attacks that we've had in synagogues around the country.
Domestic terrorism.
In a full court press, at looking at groups, at looking at individuals, looking at international connections, talking to our international partners as to information they have that's maybe flowing to individuals or groups in the United States.
All right, Brad Garrett, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
All right, so that domestic terrorism, when you hear a lot of different words, shalom, Cam 2 Players, shalom, blessings to you. Blessings to you. Yeah. Yeah, so it's crazy. So they're putting that domestic terrorism word back out. So, man, I hope well, God, peace and blessings. Cam two players said put us out. No, cut a check, right? And then put us out. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, but I don't know. I don't understand. Even we get the brunt of it, right? That's going to point to our community, I really believe, in some form or fashion. We get the brunt of it. Like, oh man, we got to come up against this. But it's a battle. Who's gonna be on top between the Khazar and the Anglo? That's a whole nother different story. So they battling, they going back and forth. One is covert, one is overt, right? And it's not about that. It's about the truth, right? It's about the truth. It's not really about a black or white thing. The truth, right? Don't suppress the truth because you get a few little benefits. Don't do that because it's gonna come. You're gonna go to swipe that card, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Praise Yah. It's not gonna work. So I'm gonna show this last one. And he even explained about the DEFCON 3, and it was crazy how even though this brother, this Cuomo, he's very known, and his brother was the governor. But he was trying to correct. It was trying to me it sounded condescending, and he was trying to correct Ye and make him apologize, and be sympathetic and gaslight him. Okay, one of the mods get that adult sex site person. Somebody, we got a troll in here. Handle that for me, please. I appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna share this video right here. So this is an interesting one. Now this one is kind of long, but listen to the dialogue and what they're going back and forth, and then I'm gonna share a few more points. We're gonna get off here.
It was announced that he is making a bid or a deal at some stage to acquire the conservative social media platform Parler, which is right now offline. Why? Is this because he was kicked off Twitter and Instagram? Is that what it's about? Let's discuss the relevance and the resonance with the man himself, Kanye West.
All right, before I do that, we got a troll. Like I said, is anybody here a mod? I don't know if I got any of my mods here. If I got a mod here, just put that person out. The sex chat troll stuff they got going on. All right, here we go.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, but I want you guys to hear me and see me. Can you hear me and see me?
I can. I see you. You're in the back of a car. You got a hoodie and a hat on.
Okay, cool. I see the double. All right. You guys are supposed to be made aware to use my legal name, Ye. I've changed my name like how Cassius Clay changed his name to Muhammad Ali. I'm sure you guys didn't mean it as any disrespect, but at least on the Chiron, changed my name to Ye. You can say formerly known as Kanye West if you like to, but my name is Ye.
Why'd you change it?
Sir, I need to have the name changed.
We'll change it.
Yeah, but
we'll change it. I'm asking you, why'd you change it? Just so people can understand.
Well, actually, I don't owe people an explanation to start off with. I have the right to change my name. I have the right in America to vote on whoever I want to vote on. We have certain rights where, as celebrities and even as the black voting bloc, as they call it, the black vote, are forced to, always talk about their finances, always talk about their names. But it was really, the name West is a slave name, and I wanted to free myself of all of the older mentality. That is the reason I'm telling you that.
Understood. Understood and appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so let's go. Now, what's the questions we got?
So first one is where you are. There is curiosity. You said that you're going to meet with the former president this week. Is that why you're traveling right now?
No, I'm actually going to meet with the CEO of Parler right now.
So that's real, that deal. You think it's going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
And why do you want Parler?
Well, the CEO is just really incredible. Like what he's been able to do. Like even before we discussed me taking ownership of it, he was able to get it unbanned off of Google and off of Apple. So people had a there were some people who worked in social media that hit my people immediately saying that the app was banned, but it wasn't the case. He actually had worked on removing the ban on it. And why would I remain in a place where I'm just tolerated? Why not go to a place where I'm celebrated? It's actually something Kid Rock just gave me a text about that. Go to places where you're celebrated, not where you're just tolerated. You know, I bring a lot of attention to these platforms, to Instagram and to Twitter, and they silo you. They shadow ban you. Everyone knows I was shadow banned on Instagram. People would go and say, hey, you know, he's running the algorithm, whatever term they use. And then I'd see on my Instagram that I had only reached 30 million people. And that's because Instagram is, was purchased by Mark Zuckerberg, who, from what I can see, has a left agenda. So people are using their technology to silo any messaging that they don't agree with.
So couldn't it also be that you have said things that offend the community guidelines, like anti-Semitic comments and things that are seen as insensitive and potentially threatening to communities that we try to protect?
Well, I don't like the term anti-Semitic. It's been a term that's allowed people, specifically in my industry, to get away with murder sometimes, literally, and get away with robbing and doing bad people. People always say, I got screwed on a deal. Would that become as a surprise to you if I said, hey, a music exec screwed someone on a deal? Does that sound kind of like normal, commonplace to you? So for me,
it doesn't have anything to do with being anti-Semitic unless you believe that all record producers are Jewish, or, it's when you talk about Jewish people specifically as targeting them that creates a problem.
It's anti-Semitic, but I don't believe in that term. One thing is, Black people are also Jew. I classify as Jew also. So I actually can't be an anti-Semite. So the term is actually, it's not factual. But
I understand you think that, but I don't think that's a common understanding that Black people can say whatever they want about Jewish people.
Well, now he said, I don't see that's a common understanding. He gonna try to handle this situation because Kanye finna start doing Kanye. So it's kind of weird. Check it out.
I'm willing to talk with inside the common understanding until we get the truth. The common understanding more oftentimes than that, nowadays, is not the truth. All right, so think about this. But let's just take a woman could have one bad man in her life that can make her dislike men. Mm-hmm. Let her have two, let her have three, let her have four. There's got to be over 10 times that I've been screwed or bad business has been done with me just in the past 2 years, alone. And what I'm doing, I'm calling the Jewish community as a whole to say, people say to me, oh, we grew up on Ye. And talk to your brothers. Ask them, why is Ye upset? Everybody, all they want to do is silence and shoot the messenger.
Yeah, but you have to understand how.
Wait a second, you have to understand I'm not finished, sir.
All right, but you already made a point that I need to deal with, but go ahead. Let me know when you're done.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I don't mean to be rude on your show. Thank you for the platform. Everyone wants to shoot the messenger. And you look at how your point was going to start. You have to understand. But the thing is, the Jewish people that I'm talking about don't have to understand. And that is that privilege that I'm not going to allow. When I wore the White Lives Matter t-shirt, the Jewish underground media mafia already started attacking me. They canceled my 4 SoFi Stadium shows, right? They had the press, the same people, the 78 outlets that when I was arguing with Pete Davidson and Trevor Noah, they call me an abuser for arguing with people about my ex-wife and my family and when I get to see my kids and when I don't. And they just immediately disrespect me. They keep the crazy narrative going. They never call me a billionaire. We never talked about, even on this one right here, hey, tycoon, billionaire, visionary, inventor. These are never used. If you go to like New York Times or Wall Street Journal, whatever, they always say the rapper, the rapper. It was hard enough for us to get fashion designer. I'm gonna give a pause so you can address what you want to address.
Appreciate it. So, look, there is no Jewish media cabal, mafia. That is a figment of either your imagination or a projection of a prejudice, okay? You may have had bad business dealings with people. It's about those people. It's not about their religion or faith. And I know that you are intelligent and understand that when you target people because of their faith, other people may do so the same. They've been targeted before. They've been abused and killed because of what they believe and who they are. So we don't want to tolerate that. And you're playing into that right now, whether you know that or not.
I don't tolerate it as a Black person. What you just said was a statement. You're trying to say that there isn't a collective. Over 50% of the executives in Hollywood, the CEOs, are Jewish. And these guys know each other.
That's different than saying it's a mafia and that they act as Jews in some way, as opposed to just being businessmen. One plays to a prejudice. The other one just plays to people and an ugly business, which is what the record business is. So,
Okay,
you can
now,
have your feelings
earlier
about
when
it, just don't ascribe it to their faith.
Earlier, no, wait a second. You can't tell me what to do or feel, first of all.
I know, but I can tell
say,
you what is wrong about what you say.
No, you
Wow.
said that it's not a mob. Mob culture. Here,
Man, God, you can't tell me what to do or feel. This man, I'm telling you. But let's finish listening to it because he's gonna try to handle them 2 more times, and it's just real interesting.
here's the idea of a mob. People target. There's no term. Have you ever heard the term the white vote? Because there isn't a white vote because white people can vote the way they want. Black people, we fought. My grandparents, my mother fought in civil rights. My grandfather drove the first march out of Oklahoma. My mother used to work for Jesse Jackson at Operation Push. My dad was a Black Panther. My family are freedom fighters, and we fought for the right to vote. You realize when I wore a red hat that my life was threatened.
I know.
By my Jewish managers, by my Jewish lawyer, by my Jewish accountant,
Your
by
lawyer
my
and
Jewish
your
friends
accountant
inside the
threatened your
music
life?
industry. You said not specifically the accountant, but there were many people who threatened my life. Also, my family was torn apart off of my political opinion because of my ex-wife's attachment to the Clinton administration. I mean, they were getting my ex-wife to push the vaccination. I didn't realize how attached they were to the left agenda when I was there.
Vaccinations
I
are
was
not a
just
left agenda. Yay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, not specifically the vaccinations, but period, that they're on Zoom calls during COVID with literally Biden and Kamala and Chris Paul and all kind of people, celebrities, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, all these same group of people that come and attack me for what they call wrong think groups, all
And
these
look, you don't
people-
have to like it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to say what people want you to say, but you have to understand and accept what people will and won't
that's the thing.
tolerate.
I don't have to understand or accept because they're not willing to understand or accept. And that's the reason why I'm not backing down. People have had their careers destroyed. That's why they keep on saying, oh, well, yeah, Ye's dangerous because he will keep talking. He will
Right,
keep
it's what
talking.
you say. It's when you say
so-
Jewish people own the black vote. When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON
Jewish
3 on
people
Jewish
own
people.
the black voice.
These are not things that you can say coming from a place of intelligence or love or anything productive.
I'm coming from a place of love and a place of we're not going to be owned by the Jewish media anymore. If you think about every celebrity,
Kanye,
if you look at their contract.
Okay, so like he changed it and said Jewish media own the black vote, and then Kanye was like, "No, I said voice." You get what I'm saying? And so it's real. It's very interesting. You know, this I want you to get to the middle part of this video. It's interesting.
And I'm gonna finish what I'm saying.
I know, but
If
you
look at
have to understand this
wait,
idea of the Jewish
hey,
media.
hey, don't do
That's
that.
not
Don't
how it
do that.
works.
Don't
You're
do
talking
that.
to me
La,
right
la,
now.
la, 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 la. So every celebrity,
Go ahead.
every celebrity has Jewish people in their contract. This is not hate speech. This is the truth. And these people, if you say anything out of the line with the agenda, then your career could be over.
Listen,
so
let me. I
here.
hear you. You've
Why do you
made that
keep on
point.
cutting off my point?
Because the
I love
point
you,
is
sir.
because
Why
it's
do you keep? Why?
Yeah,
Yo, sir,
here's why.
don't cut me off, sir. Respect my
I've
point.
listened to it. You've made it several times.
No, I'm not finished, sir.
I
You're trying-
understand,
look,
but
I'm
you
not
said
finished,
it
sir.
several times.
I'm not
and
finished,
it is
sir.
an
But my
ugly
people haven't
thought.
heard me. My people, they
People
need
have
to
heard you.
hear. They need to hear me saying out loud what the truth is. There's a bunch of people in Hollywood that are actors, that play basketball, that play sports, that are in music, that know what I'm saying, that feel what I'm saying, and they're happy that I'm saying what I'm saying. It's not from a place of anti-Semitism.
That is
Some of my best
inherently
friends are Jewish,
anti-Semitic.
and I'm also
And
Jewish.
if they're your
Some of my
friends,
best.
if they're
Why
your
are
friends,
you talking over me, bro?
because I'm trying to
make it seem
correct what you're
hostile.
saying that is
No, it's not a because.
damaging
That's
to decency.
no, yo, but you can't talk over me. You
Well,
can't
then
talk over
stop
me.
and give me a chance to make the point that you need
No,
to listen to.
Don't cut off. I need to make a clear point. And when am I allowed to make a point that you don't
You've
cut
been
me off?
talking overwhelmingly during this segment, yeah, and I'm
Well, you're
happy to give
calling
you the
me.
time, but
No, you're not. No, you're not.
well, I
It's
can't
a
just
hostile
give you
environment.
unrestricted license to attack Jewish people and say
Exactly.
that
I'm
they're
not
your
attacking.
friends
I'm
because
not attacking
that's
Jewish people.
anti-Semitic and it's
Okay.
dangerous.
Are you going to give me a platform? Are you going to give me a platform?
I
to talk
am
to?
giving you a platform, but
Okay,
listen.
when? So you talk and tell me when I can get my
All right,
idea
good.
all
Right
the way
after
through.
I ask you this, I'll give you the rest of the time before you go. Here's my
right.
concern for you. When I hear how you talk about your personal life and you put things out there and you get into these looping thoughts of what you believe, it sounds to me like you are sometimes out of control and that this is something that you should be dealing with. Now, I'm not excusing your thoughts as illness, okay? People attacked me for that and said, hey, just because you're concerned about whether Kanye West is taking care of himself emotionally and
My
mentally.
name's Jay, sir. My name's Jay.
Ye, I'm sorry. Ye is taking care of himself mentally and emotionally. You shouldn't say that. He has to be held to account for what he says. Both things can be true. Have you been taking care of your health? And in terms of making sure that you are behaving and thinking at your best?
I love what the way you worded it. What you don't realize is when it runs back, people are going to say, wow.
Wow. He's like, you're out of control. He brought the illness up and he said, have you been taking care of yourself? You know, it's very interesting though, but check it out.
Now, have you been making sure you're behaving? If you run that back,
that's not what I'm
you're
saying.
going to be like, whoa.
That's not what I'm saying. You're trying to cheapen the point. I'm trying to make sure that you're healthy and you're taking care of your health.
Did you work out this morning?
No.
Okay. The thing is, okay, so when do I have a...
But I took my medicine.
But
I took my antidepressant medication that I take every day.
Bro, you're cutting me off. When do I get a platform?
It's all you. Go.
Okay.
And so now he's saying you're not on your medicine. You're mentally ill. You're out of control. You got to take your medicine. You know, are you okay? Now he couldn't talk over him, so now he's going with this. Something wrong with you? Are you okay? Did you take your medicine? Are you crazy? No, it's very interesting though.
I don't have to say how much money's in my account. I don't have to say who I voted on. I don't have to say why I changed my name. The life for a Black person in America is like a constant test. Even after we're out of high school, after we're out of college, we're always being questioned. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Do you think that I just had the right, and this is a rhetorical question because I don't want you to answer it. Do you think I had the right to just vote for Trump? I didn't even vote for Trump because of the people that were around me.
Yes, you have the right.
Okay, so For all of my fellow entertainers that know what I'm saying, I'm not speaking what is called hate speech. I'm saying something that happened out loud to me. And what I'm saying is, when I said DEFCON 3, what I was saying is, I'm going to talk about all these things that I saw that just so happened to be by Jewish executives or Jewish friends of mine, where I saw people pulling my coattail, telling me behave, instantly running the narrative that I'm off, that you need to take your meds. Even this was not supposed to be this conversation. I don't get a clean platform to tell my truth without being my name, being called out my name, being called subtly, called crazy. Saying I'm out of control. Part of this thing is you got people on my ex-wife's side and this person, Tracy Romulus, every day running a narrative. This person's not even around me because I'm not saying what the media wants me to say. We're fighting.
You're definitely saying what the media wants you to say because it drives headlines and clickbait because of how outrageous it is. What I'm saying is, I just hope that you're taking care of yourself for your kids and the people you care about, because what you're saying is not right
that's
and not
unfair
decent.
for you to make the conversation to say, okay, did I say something? It's unfair to make it be about, oh, are you taking care of yourself? The reason why.
Yeah, man, that was wild. Yeah, what you said, Kevin Andrews. Truth is everything. Now he has made some crazy, some off the chain statements, but he's a free speaker, right? So it's not controlled. He don't think about his actions sometimes. So if it's on his heart, he gonna speak it. You know what I mean? So I mean, real weird thing. Slavery was a choice. No, I don't think we would have kept ourselves, that long in chains. The whole George Floyd thing, he was calling for his girlfriend instead of his real mama, and he was on fentanyl, and all these just weird things. You know what I mean? And put on a whole silver suit. So I'm just like, it's just wild. But they used to handling people a certain way, right? And so he tried and he tried and he tried. It's a very interesting interview, and he couldn't. So he had to be like, have you been taking care of yourself? Are you okay? Are you sick? Have you been taking your medicine? I've been taking my antidepressant pills. And it's just like, it's just wild because he's speaking out. You know what I mean? And some people would manufacture the answer. They wouldn't tell the truth because, they don't want to get canceled. They don't want to lose their whatever they gave, whatever they got. I worked hard. I earned it. You know what I mean? Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, acting, whether it's music, they like, nah, we straight. I'm not gonna talk about it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Kanye and Troy. No, that's what I'm saying. It could be. We just conversating. It's all gonna come out. I'm gonna put it on there. I'm sorry, Kanye is a Trojan horse. Yeah, I get you. Again, right? So same thing with what Teo was saying. Like he's not the voice for the awakening. I get that, but I'm saying the same time he's still speaking his mind. So when he come down that people's street and he say what they want him to say, they like, that's a smart man. But then the moment he say something else, they like, that man crazy. And so the Most High can make a donkey talk. He can make anybody. And I'm not calling Kanye a donkey or an animal. I'm just saying it's very interesting. But what it is it's shining a light, coincidentally, on this area. Again, from Nick Cannon to Whoopi Goldberg to now this, right? And so he's basically saying, I can't be anti-Semitic if I'm Semitic, right? And it's like, well, then Cuomo like, no, you're not. Cuomo is bent on saying, no, you're not. You know what I mean? And so will this affect our community? You got a billionaire just spouting off at the top. Well, they say he's not a billionaire no more. But in the last couple of hours, I don't know what he is, but he got bread, right? Will this make them say, okay, we got to shut all of this down? Because remember, when 45 was spazzing and going off. They shut it. They took his Twitter. They took all his social media, and that was the president of the United States. And they took his stuff. So you and me and everybody in between, if they took his stuff, they could. There's nothing to pull your stuff if you ain't cooperating and acting right. So is it trying to get censorship? Is it true concern? Is it domestic terrorism? Terrorism is only been used for selective people. The dating girl site back on. Mod, please take care of that. I don't know why they keep coming back in here. But terrorism is only used for selective. The term only used for selective amount of people. Terrorism is to terrorize. When you've been terrorized, then it's terrorism, right? You've been terrorized. So that is not to one group of people or one set of people. Domestic terrorism is if you're not going with the narrative. It's crazy. So here it is. No, he has a voice of the awakening, but it's wrong that they are how they're doing it simply because the truth he's speaking. Yeah, I believe he can be used to speak the truth because it's supposed to have been said for so long, but nobody has the kahunas, I'm gonna say, to do it. He's not the voice of the awakening, but it's wrong that what they are doing simply because some of the truths he's speaking. And I think shout out to GLC. She said, Ye is speaking the truth, but not standing for the truth, or something like that. I mean, how did that post go? She said he's speaking the truth, but not standing in the truth. And basically, she was basically saying, come no matter what's going on, we got to stand for truth. Like we saying truth over everything, right? So I'm gonna read some of these comments. We are the people of the book. Yeah, they was basically talking about it's a lot of them different things coming out. Have no feelings hurt. Yeah, Judas came to mind. Yeah, but I'm saying. You said Judas came to mind. I get it. Again, I'm not. We chopping it up. I'm not giving Ye a pass or whatever. But I'm just saying, who else gonna be able to say that? Who else can say that? You know what I mean? I'm not saying. Oh, of course, we got all these plethora of channels saying that. But I'm saying, on his magnitude, on the level that he's on, as far as being known, and to be able to bring that to the forefront. And put that on the radar, right? It's crazy. Now, it probably can bring some damage because even if you remember when after the George Floyd thing and people was protesting, if you remember, people that wasn't there for the protests, for getting things better, lighting cars on fire, putting cars on their side, right? Break out the window at AutoZone. Right? I don't know if y'all seen that video of a dude, but so now you're counterproductive to what the people that was out there who was really out what they was doing. You're counterproductive because no one said light a car on fire and set it on side. Because guess what's gonna happen? The media gonna come and show a car burning. Then they're gonna pan to an angry man, angry Hebrew holding up a sign, and they're gonna correlate the two. And that's not right. Now, I'm not saying that we're free from lighting the car and going all off, but a lot of people, they weren't out there for that, right? Antifa and a lot of different other groups, right? They out here, they out here for different intentions, right? Stir up. That was one of the different things that one of the assignments that Jacob Schiff was called to do. Oh, fair use. Put fair use on here before they take this show off. Disclaimer: fair use. Fair use, copyright disclaimer, section 107. Okay, fair use for the purpose of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is prohibited by copyright statute. Fair use. So don't take my show down. But we chopping it up. they want to hang the messenger. But I'm just saying that's counterproductive. So I get it to say, okay, Ye say that. And then the quote-unquote far right spaz out and come after them. That happens. I'm not saying that's far-fetched, but we shouldn't, be the face of that. Also, they're saying everybody's pardon themselves from yourself a Parler because they're a right-wing extremism group. It's like, is that so? You know, third thing, when you get to that status, billionaire status and all that, you can make your own platform, which he probably gonna do. He got that much influence, right? Trending on Twitter, IG, all these different things. Matter of fact, even with Jordan, and I'm not giving him no ideas, I'm just thinking out loud. Jordan, he got Jumpman, right? He don't have to go under Nike no more to make bread. He got Jumpman. So Yeezy or whatever shoes he coming out with, it don't have to be by Adidas. Like it's made so much money and made so much noise that it can stand its own. It can stand on its own. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with the platform. He can come up with a whole new platform. This is Yeezy.com or whatever. And folk go join there like they join Facebook, like they join Twitter, like they join all that. They're going to join it. They're going to join it. Shalom, GLC. Hey, could you put into that, you were saying something about, Ye, I think I might have quoted it right. You said, Ye tells the truth, told the truth, but not standing for the truth or something like that. And I thought that was very interesting that you had put that in there. But yeah, most billionaires keep a low profile to keep attention off of him. Most billionaires keep a low profile to keep the attention off of them. Yep, they do. You feel what I'm saying? But I just think for you to be like, man, look, you taking a stand is gonna mess your whole joints up, and you still do it. You know what I mean? Misunderstanding. Even how I think about Brother Eshawn. Shout out to Eshawn Burgundy and his wife Zar, right? He found out we was people through Dante and Teo and different people, and he like, bet, boom, switched the whole situation up. And now he crazy, and y'all need to pray for him. And he lost so many, people that was following his music. You're gonna take a hit. So if you care about your platform or what you had built, your empire more so than truth, then you're going to be a puppet. You're not going to be able to say and do what you want to do. So let me scroll back up in here and see. Most High will have his rep to speak. When his rep speaks, there will be no refuting. It will be said without inherited lies. Yep. At Jeremiah 16, 19. Most High will have his reps to speak. And when his rep speak, there will be no refuting. It will be said they have inherited life. Yep. And so that's what I'm saying, man. We got to hold on to the truth, no matter truth over everything. It might look like you down bad, might look like you losing, but if you're on the King's team, you win, right? It's an expected end. Jeremiah 29:11. It's an expected end. So I don't want to win for a season and then when it's time for that day, say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. So what does it profit a man is the question. To gain the whole world and lose his soul. Sister Rochelle Hairston, blessings to you. I was talking about your son, how he was, when he came out, and it was just refreshing. It was a blessing. And he didn't mean no harm or nothing, right? And they was just, I remember, it might have been a year, 2 years ago or something. Man, time just flies. But they was tripping off of him and not following him and not buying his music. And Zara, I remember Zara talking about how, man, it really affected them and stuff. But they stood their ground. That's what they believed in, and it ended up being a blessing. There you have it. Truth is everything. Truth over everything. Truth over everything. Was about being Hebrew. Billboard pulled the music from the chart. What? Wow. Once they found out Eshawn music was about being Hebrew, Billboard pulled his music from the chart. Well, that ain't far-fetched, man. That's crazy. That's real crazy, man. And they want to keep this a secret. They want to keep this lie going. They want to keep this gaslighting going. They want to keep. You cannot stop it, the awakening, because the Most High is putting stuff in place, getting stuff back in order. We can try it if we want to, But when we try to stop the awakening, we are counterproductive against his kingdom. I'm going to say that again. When we try to stop the awakening, we are literally counterproductive against his kingdom. We don't want him to come. We don't want him to return. We don't want the triumphal entry like he did when he was on the coat, right? When they put the palms down. We don't want that triumphal return. I said we, I'm talking about the human race. If we against it, we don't want him to the millennial reign. We don't want that stone that's cut out that was in Daniel that's not cut out by hands that came and destroyed all of the different nations. And it was a great exceeding mountain. I'm gonna teach on that. It was a great exceeding mountain, right? And ruled with an iron scepter, right? Not out of lies, right? We don't want that. We don't want to hasten this. We don't want Maranatha. We don't want his return when we kick against the pricks. We don't want him to. We want stuff restored. Ain't y'all tired of all of the crazy stuff going on, right? I mean, we know it's a sin nature, the sin world. But I'm saying, and these kidnappings and sex trafficking and you name it, man. All of the debauchery, man, right? When the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So it's basically like we want them to restore things, right? I know I do. That's why I can't assume that everybody want stuff restored. So if y'all want to see things of the Most High restored, type in there in the chat restored. If you type in there restored. Amen. Peace and blessings, Sister Angela. Blessings to you. Okay, and then Charles West said, yes, it's always a miraculous finish in the end. In the end of the Most High awakening. Yep, you're right. It said my arms are too short to box with Yahweh. Hold on, man. That's funny, man. My arms are too short to box with Yahweh. I know that's right, man. And then this, man. It's like, what do you want and how you want it? Restore it. Amen. Restore it all in there. Facebook user. Is this Elder Adams? Is this my mom? Who is this right here? Restored. I'm sorry, Facebook user. I don't know why they put this silhouette person on there. Amen. Restore it, man. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna get out of here. There are people they're building the kingdom for themselves right here. That's why they don't want stuff to change, right? They want it to stay a certain way where they are in a certain position. But the Most High is no respecter of person. So you don't have to fear if you repent and come to him. He's no respecter of person, right? It say all what? In Revelation, nations and tongues. Now I know some believe it's Israel only. No, that's not what the word said. All nations and tongues got to come through Yahusha. Without the shedding of blood, there can be no remission of sin. So all nations and tongues. But you don't come into his nation and do what you want, right? Or the kingdom that you're building override the kingdom that he's establishing or have established, right? You can't come in and change and do your own thing. You ever go to some people's houses? I got to get out of here. And it says, take your shoes off at the door. You don't just walk in there with muddy shoes on, do what you want. No, you in somebody's crib, take the shoe. You're welcome. Right? But take your shoes off at the door. And, hopefully you ain't got no, corn chip feet or no socks with no holes in it because you're going to be embarrassed if you want to walk in there. But for the sake of honoring that the homeowner's request, you're going to take your shoes off at the door. Or you're going to wear clean socks if you know you're going over there. You know how it is, right? Don't sit at this table, right? Don't touch the china in that cabinet. Don't sit. Hey, that plastic on that couch. Well, I don't know if they do plastic on couch. They do slip covers now. But back in the days, they should put plastic on the couches. It'd be hot. Be sliding all off that mug. But anyway, I don't want to. Yeah, they can't stop. Yeah, amen. So Elephant Man Podcast Network. Yeah, I'm trying to, again, fair use. Don't shut this channel or this episode down. Anyway, I'm gonna try to transition to Hebrew Connect and Hebrew Sphere, all of it. I've been slow poking on it, but I'm gonna have to do that. Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversation dealing with elephants in the room. Blessings to y'all. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Get those notifications up. Like, subscribe, share. They're uninstalling 2 and 3 subscribers at a time. It's real weird, but so far they're leaving it alone. So Elephant Man Podcast Network, Grown Man Conversation, dealing with elephants in the room. I am out of here.
Perfect.